Hello there, darlings. Welcome to the Clockwork Cabaret. They are old, they are not hip. They are the weird answers that you didn't know you needed or wanted. And now, for a friendly reminder, this show is for adults. That darling DJ duo, Emmett Davenport and Lady Attercop, drink cocktails, have potty mouths, and at least one of them was raised by wolves.
For the Clockwork Cabaret. Hooray! I am Emmett Davenport.
And I am Lady Attercop. And you seemed unsure of yourself there, Emmett.
I'm always unsure of myself. I have loads of other personalities that you don't know about. I'm never quite sure which one I'm being at the moment.
Considering the amount of years we've been on air doing the show, and considering usually it's me with the multiple voices.
Oh, just because, oh no, all my voices, my internal voices speak with the same voice. That's what makes it confusing. You just don't know. You just don't know which one you're talking to.
I don't think you have multiple personalities. I think you just have anxiety.
Well, yes, that's probably true.
That's just called anxiety. Believe me.
Hoisted by my own petard.
Hoisted by your own mental illness.
Oh, it's terrible.
And it is, and okay, I know we have international listeners, and I apologize ahead of time for those of you in other places, but for me, it is spring break.
Oh, it is.
Woo! That means I just don't have to wake up a half an hour earlier and go to beauty school.
I still have to get up really early to bake.
I mean, yeah, that's a 6:30 instead of a 6. Yeah, I know. It's pretty great.
Yes. Yeah, no. I still have to get up at 4:45 in the morning.
No, that's awful. I have to do I still have to do online learning throughout my spring break.
Well, it's still.
No, it's terrible.
I know. So
some of us can't concentrate. We're the damn. So trying to do it online with no supervision, forget it.
Yeah. So I bought this game.
Is it a spring break game?
Well, it could
be. You have to woo and do a beer bong?
I mean,
I don't know what spring break entails. I've never actually done a spring break.
I honestly also have no idea. When I was in college and I did spring break, I just worked.
Yeah, I was also also I have to work during my whole spring break, so that's kind of throws in the toilet. But
there was no traveling. There was no wandering to other fancy locales.
No, and I mean I did go home, but I already lived in Fort Lauderdale, so that's not like a big, woo! And the college I attended did not have spring break. We just got that Thursday and Friday off.
Oh.
It was more like a spring pause.
Oh, like.
Yeah.
Like a respite.
Yeah, have an extra long weekend, everybody. Yes. Bye!
It's a spring respite.
I mean, I guess they figured you're already in Florida. Where are you traveling to?
Right. You're already here. Where are you going to go?
Yeah. Where are you going? And the answer was further south.
I went to a small liberal arts college in Vermont, and we had the time off. It was like 1,000 years ago, so I'm trying to remember. I'm fairly certain that I had the time off, but I just worked.
I mean, also you were in Vermont. Where were you gonna go?
I mean, I could have headed south, I suppose, But
Yeah,
that
but by the
just
time you got any place warm, spring break would have
would
been
be
over.
over. Yes, I would get 1 day off. Yes, and then have
Yeah.
to immediately turn around and go back.
I
I
also
mean,
went to a
I
private.
could go get on a plane, I suppose, but
No.
I couldn't afford that because
Yeah. Who has the money for a plane?
I had to pay for everything myself.
Yeah, that's right.
Uh,
I was paying for my own schooling. Who had the money for a plane?
so yeah, I think
Yeah, I also went to a small liberal arts college that gave us 2 days off because I guess they figured you're already in Florida. Where are you going?
yes. Well, and
Yeah, to be fair.
spring break in Vermont and New Hampshire is essentially so in March. It's still cold and
Yeah.
wintry, so there's nothing. Like, what are you gonna? You're not going to the beach.
No.
There's no beach time.
In Florida, it is already full summer.
Yeah.
But if you live there, it's not as interesting. But hey, spring break. Woo!
But well, so on the I guess so
On
for
the
the
one
spring
train?
break fun, I bought a board game, well, a card game, that is
Is
not
it three
really.
card Monte? Because I've already
No, it's
given you
this.
all the money.
No, I know it's true, but I just took it anyway. I just took the money from you.
And and listeners, I cannot afford it.
No, she cannot.
She took it anyway.
I'm just holding on to it.
Shoot.
I'm gonna invest it for her.
GameStop? Okay.
Yes, I'm gonna invest it for you, and then that way, you'll have a
You're
nice
gonna
little.
invest it like my bank is currently investing my stimulus check. Got it.
Yeah, well, I was gonna invest it in a
For
way
my own
that you
good.
could potentially, use it later for your retirement.
Uh-huh.
It's your 401k plan.
Yeah. No,
That
my
you
401k
give it
plan.
to me, and then I just do something else with it. Is really what it boils down to. But no, so I got this game.
I thought I was supposed to be the criminal on this show, but I
Yeah.
only rob people of what they have now. I don't rob people of their future. Ah,
Oh, you cut me to the quick.
stole that joke from Wanda Sykes.
Terrible and mean spirited. No, but I bought this card game.
Mm-hmm.
Called The Shame of Life, and
It's a card game that
shames you. It shames you. Shames you into better behavior.
explains my entire existence. Okay.
Yes. So
You've always been a disappointment. Why don't you apply yourself? You shouldn't have these grades. You're too smart. Is that
bad
what all the cards
advice for
say?
kids at first day at school. Yeah, that sounded about right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my entire school existence.
Yeah.
Cool.
I was reading them, and most of these just seem like weird conversational things that we've already talked about most of the time. But some of them were very, very amusing to me, and so one of them I'm going to bring up right now, and it is the worst debate, the worst character to have as a roommate. I'm going to say the worst historical or literary figure to have
as a roommate.
as a roommate. What is your opinion?
Heathcliff from Wuthering Heights.
I was honestly thinking you were going to say that.
Because you know how much I friggin' hate Wuthering Heights.
I know.
I mean,
that was really where I was. That was what I thought right away.
You know, if you're going to dial down real hard on this question, you can get really into it. Iago from, Shakespeare would
From
be terrible.
Othello, yeah.
Or if you wanted to go,
or from Aladdin, the movie,
or the one from or the annoying parrot from Aladdin.
Yeah.
If you wanted to go like historical figure that has become kind of a literary figure, you could go, H.H. Holmes from The Devil in the White Street or Devil in the White City, and that's the name of the book. Mm-hmm. He's the guy that had the murder hotel.
Right.
You wouldn't want him as a roommate.
He was a real
probably
person
was
too.
going to turn you into a skeleton.
Yeah. I was just thinking that my idea was, I don't think I would want a room with James T. Kirk.
Ooh, that would, yeah, because he would hit on you constantly and then also be banging green ladies
Also,
next
always
door.
yelling "con"
And then
everywhere.
yelling God at all hours of the day. See, I'm going serial killer and also guy that drowns puppies. You're like, slut that yells con. These are
No,
equivalent.
I was going for humor.
He cuts his t-shirts open right at the boobs, has a little boob window constantly. He quote unquote wrestles in tights and a Star Trek insignia. I don't think that's like
Also,
standard.
girdles. He's super, super conscious about his weight. And I just worry about him. I think he has an eating disorder.
You have not watched all of the original series.
I have not because
I know you have not, because if you did, you would have picked up on my reference to Kirk's fighting tights.
Oh no, I know about the fighting tights. I know about the fighting tights.
Fighting tights.
I know.
Upsettingly sheer tights
Yes.
that he wore to wrestle in those hand-to-hand combat scenes that had the little Star Trek insignia right on the hip. I'm not saying James T. Kirk is a thought, but James T. Kirk is a thought. I know I am saying he is a thought.
You
And
are.
I can, you know what? I can fucks with that. I just don't want somebody that's going to drown a bag full of puppies and then whose girlfriend is going to be clawing at the window at all hours of the night, be like, Heathcliff, it's me, it's Catherine, let me in. Ooh. Kate Bush is in the bushes, taking notes. That's why she's called Kate Bush.
Because she lives in the bushes.
She was in the bushes of Wuthering
All right,
Heights.
here, another question. Here,
All right,
here we
your
go.
next question that I can ruin.
All right, this is a describe. If I was a doll, what accessories would I come with?
If you, Emmett Davenport, were a doll.
Yes.
Switchblade.
Oh.
No.
That's the nicest
For
thing.
self-defense. No femme should go unarmed.
Nicest thing anyone has ever said to me.
No. Switchblade. Steamer cup. The little mug. No, not cup. The little metallic steamer mug that you use to steam milk in.
Oh. Yes.
Yeah. That guy. Because you can.
So a steam pitcher.
A steam pitcher. You can use it to steam milk, and also B, you can use it as a weapon.
Excellent. I always approve.
I just always imagine you armed.
It's
apparently.
true.
And see a book.
Oh, excellent.
Ah.
Cool.
All right, now you have to answer it for me.
Okay.
And you can't say switchblade.
Knitting needles.
Yeah. Weapon / craft
yes,
item.
with some yarn too, because you want to look like you're actually going to use those. But you probably won't.
I won't.
There will be a small starting of yarn done.
I've passed on with them.
Yeah, like you look like you have started a scarf, but you will have fucked off and done something else.
Stab someone with them.
And then I'm gonna say a paintbrush.
Ooh,
that
will be creative so far.
That will be used to fix your hair.
Yeah.
And then for your third accessory, I'm gonna say suspenders or a bow tie.
I would say a bow tie. I don't wear suspenders very much.
Yes. I was trying to decide which one, but okay. Yeah. So a bow tie.
That I can also use as a nothing. Yes. Not everything has to be a weapon.
A weapon. No.
And just let go. I was like that. I could also use it as a garrote. Yeah. No, I like suspenders, but physiologically they don't.
Yes. They don't work over your boobs. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I was trying to be classy about it, but no, my tits get in the way.
Yeah. Boobs don't work.
And all the folks out there with fleshy meat bags, can sympathize.
So bow tie, knitting needles with a little thing of yarn.
Very sharp knitting needles.
Yeah. Very
I want
sharp.
some kind of weapon, Emmett.
The knitting needles.
Okay.
The needles and the yarn. What are you? Okay, fine. A fish bat.
There you go. I do actually carry around a fish bat. This
I
is
know.
a true fact.
It is a true fact.
Bow tie, knitting needles, fish bat. I'll accept that.
That would be my idea for you, for the Lady Attercop doll
Because you can break your windshields
that
out
will
with a
now
fish bat.
terrify children.
Ladies and gentlemen. You could. This is a thing that those of us from the swamp, where there is a lot of water that you could potentially careen into in your car. You want to carry something that you can break the windshield or the side windows out of your car in case, because when you go into the canal, all the electronics shut down in your car, so you can no longer roll your windows down.
It's true.
So you want something that you can use to break glass. They actually sell small hammers just for that purpose that also have a little knife in them so that you can cut the seatbelts as well, because that will also lock up and trap you. In case anybody wants to know what my nightmares look like.
There you go. We have found them. Welcome to
That is not a lie. I own a fish bat and have a small knife in my car because I have grown up in a swamp and have a deep-rooted fear of careening into a canal and having to break myself out of the car while it slowly sinks into murky water. Yeah.
Oh, well, see, so that brings me to my next question.
Spring break!
Describe a novel way to escape a street robbing.
Oh, I actually know the answer to this.
Because I know you've experienced it.
I have!
I know, which is why I asked.
So here's what you do. If you are about to get robbed and you think this... Okay, I feel like I should add this caveat. If you think this will work. If a person has a gun, it's too late. If the person has a knife, it might be too late. But if you were just feeling the vibe in which you may be held up at some point, you just start acting crazier than the person who is about to rob you. And a good way to do that, I have two options for you. The option I have used and the option I have heard other people use. The option I have used is when you see the person coming at you through the fog. This happened in St. Augustine, so there was a lot of fog rolling in off the bay as if a haunted swamp in Florida wasn't creepy enough. It had to add atmospheric elements. A guy was approaching me through the fog as I was walking home alone very late at night, and I realized I was in a vulnerable situation, so I started cursing at myself, like you do. With the, fuck you, I knew you were gonna fucking do this, you fucking did this. It was before the era of Bluetooth. There wasn't. Yeah. So he didn't mistake that I might have been on the phone with someone else, but I started cursing at myself, like very angrily. And then as we approached in the fog, as it parted, the realm parted, the veil parted, and we saw each other for the first time, I looked him dead in the eyes and went, "Hey, how you doing?" And then I went back to cursing myself, and I was like, "This is why you fucking take your goddamn medication." And he just let me pass without a single word. I mean, it also helped that I was an art student, so I already looked a little unhinged. I had hair that had not been washed in many days, clothes that were filthy and covered in detritus and paint. So, like, your mileage may vary. But I also had a friend who was in my karate class, Tang Sudo, at the time, and she said that she got out of a situation similar to that a guy came up to her, attempted to mug her, and she just dropped on all fours and started mooing and shoving grass into her mouth because they were in a grassy area, and the guy just walked away.
I have often used the phrase, nobody beats the owl. Nobody. And I just stare at them and kind of sway a little bit.
I have found that slight moment of, like, that you go from nobody beats the owl, and then you go from that moment of, like, insanity to slight lucidity to when you look at them in the eyes and go, "Hey, how you doing tonight?" And then go back to nobody can beat the owl.
Yeah.
It's more unnerving.
Yes. Yeah. There's,
Because you have like keyed into them for a moment. It's like, hey,
how
friend,
you doing?
and
Yeah.
then gone back to your.
Yes.
And we should mention these are last minute things when you feel like you might be in danger.
Yes.
Like don't
Don't
put yourself
actively put yourself in these situations.
in a bad
please.
situation
Please don't.
and then rely on these methodology to save yourself. But
Yeah.
sometimes you find yourself in a situation that you're like, this was dumb.
Like, why am I here?
A series of bad decisions had led to this point where I was walking home alone late at night because I was 20 and stupid. Do not do this.
Well,
Folks,
and
don't
we
do
should
this.
also point out that, as female presenting humans,
Hmm.
we
Folks,
we live with this these issues quite often. Maybe if other humans weren't constantly trying to be
oh, right.
jackasses about stuff and bothering us when we're walking, we wouldn't have to think about this stuff.
No, obviously the onus is always on the person that is causing the
Right, the
distress.
problems. So to our young listeners and young friends, and possibly to our old friends and old listeners, I would like to point out a very, very, very specific rule that I have used to keep myself safe, and hopefully other people can use this too. When any humans, it doesn't matter gender, it doesn't matter whatever leanings, it doesn't matter any of this. But when someone has to consistently tell you that they are a nice person over and over and over again, that is a sign to stay away from them.
When they tell you they weren't thinking about raping you.
Yes.
They were already.
What do you think?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, but they were already thinking about assaulting you.
Yes. Yeah. No, that is the thing. And so if we can give you any advice that means anything, use that, please, as a way of keeping you all safe, and also because it's spring break, and I know that people are gonna go and do stupid stuff. And on that note, we're gonna play some music.
This is Mad Wasp Radio.
Stop by our dimly lit and unexplainably damp bookstore to peruse and purchase our seething collection of hideous books on any number of uncomfortable topics, to include The Organ Slapper's Field Guide, Neighbor Spotting, A Picture Book of Unfortunate Clowns, Hobo Tagging, The Lady's Way to Choke Things, and How to Make a Dog Vomit, Part the First. Shank Street, Unpleasant Used and Rare Books. You know you at least want to look.
Lady Attercop,
Yes.
What should you never whisper to someone as they fall asleep?
I promise your organs will stay where they are. Yeah. Or that kid in the corner is just your imagination. Those were both pretty terrible.
Lady Attercop,
Yes.
What should you never whisper to someone as they fall asleep?
I promise your organs will stay where they are. Yeah. Or that kid in the corner is just your imagination. Those were both pretty terrible. What would you whisper?
Fire's not real.
Fire isn't real. Right before I said it, ignore the fire alarm. It's an instrument of the bourgeoisie.
Oh, you knew where I was going with it. Okay, cool.
Oh, that's only in certain people's homes we're going to whisper that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we
Also,
should bring back guillotines at all.
Honestly, the most excruciatingly, the worst thing that I could think of is having somebody whisper is something that I've, Yeah, it's just a simple thing of it's okay. You can go to sleep now.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good because the implications are so bad.
I know, because I've had someone whisper that to me, and then I laid there, very much going, I don't know what this means, and I'm gonna have to get up now because I don't know what's
No,
going.
I can't ever sleep again. Sorry.
It was a sleepover, and I had a and somebody
No.
said that, whispered that to me, and I was like, I'm gonna get
Yeah.
up now
I am
because
absolutely about to be sacrificed to
Yeah.
Satan.
there is nothing good is gonna come from this. That's all I know.
That same instinct that kept us alive when we were like, oh no, something bad is going to happen if we don't take some kind of action here. Yeah, that was
That is
definitely what kicked in then.
Yeah, that was the moment.
Oh
That was the
no.
moment that made me go, oh, either I
Mm.
might need better friends, or I should move and never
Don't
tell them.
worry, I need typo blood.
Yes.
Like,
What? I'm glad I'm not that type, I guess.
sacrifice has already been made.
Ooh.
There's a lot that
It's
I feel like that's almost too broad. I feel like it's almost too easy. You know what I mean? Like, come on. It's too easy. You know what I mean? Like whispering something into somebody's ear.
All right. How
They're
about
already vulnerable. Give me a challenge, Emmett. Give me a challenge.
a bar theme that will never take off?
A bar theme that will never take off. Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, I was gonna say a steampunk bar.
Oh no, you know. Oh, that's
just I say that from experience.
Oh, only in a small town in North Carolina.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Oh, because I feel like at some point we're gonna see an article about some steampunk bar in Manhattan, and we're gonna be like, oh, "Damn you, sir! Damn you!"
Well, there was one in California, but
it also closed.
I think it also closed. I don't
Makes you feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
And also, if you would like to see what a steampunk bar with bad puppets would look like, at one point in time, Emmett and I put together a drinking show that featured vintage cocktails with bad puppetry called Lushington's Lounge, and it is still up on YouTube for you to witness and enjoy.
I know. I keep meaning to take it down, but
no, don't take it down. I'm proud. Like, we did a lot of work on that, and gosh, poor Laura.
Yes, our poor editor and director.
Poor Laura
had to deal with all of that. So
the woman behind the cameras and also the editing did way more work than we ever did, and she did a fantastic job on. I think we had 6 episodes, maybe.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and she did a fantastic job on 6 episodes, and I think people should watch it because yes, we did it, and it is funny. I occasionally have people that have come across it that were like, "When are you going to do a season 2?" And I'm like, "That was a lot of work, and I don't think we can afford Laura's rates anymore because God, I hope she increased them after having to deal with us."
All
we
right.
still have our puppets.
We do. I break mine out every now and then. I'm not allowed to bring it to the house though. So it's not allowed to live in the house because Rupert hates it. He hates it.
Because he woke up one too many times just caressing his cheek with the puppet going, "Guys, go back to sleep."
Well, also possibly because I whispered, "It's okay. You can go to sleep now."
So that was the reason. There's a puppet involved. It makes total sense.
Yeah, well, in the face, the rubbing of the face.
With the little cloth hand.
With the little hand. Yeah, it's
touching gently.
Gently caressing.
Yeah.
Also, he was very, very, very upset about the photos that I took of me with your puppet when I house sit a couple years ago.
Well,
Because not only did I send them to you and Mr. Ducky, but I also sent them to him, and he was very
it's
like,
like, hey, check out what I'm doing.
and he
It
was,
was like, we need to have a discussion
like,
about
this-
your time and your time that you spend with puppets.
yes, he was very like, is there something you want to tell me?
Are you gonna leave me for a puppet?
Like, and I was like, no, I'm not having an affair with a puppet. Like, don't. I just thought it was
Not
funny.
yet.
I thought it was funny. And also, I didn't think it would be appropriate if I brought my puppet that looks like me and I did these things in their house. The puppet was already there. It was,
Secret puppet sins.
yes, like, ooh, no.
This should upset me more, but instead it just delights me. Because I'm like, what secret puppet sins can I commit now?
I mean, I've thought about,
The quarantine has made me weird.
I should go get,
Like, no.
oh, it makes me want to go get my puppet. Maybe
Yes,
we
we
should
should do that.
trade. Maybe we should do a puppet trade, and I'll take yours and you take mine.
No, I don't trust you with my puppet, Emmett.
it's
I'm sorry to
probably-
say this.
It's
And also, you should definitely not trust me with yours.
that's probably true.
It's very no, it is
No,
true.
That is very. Yeah, it's very true. I'm not gonna argue because I know us, and I know.
Yep, it's
I
gonna go
know
weird. It's gonna go weird. It's gonna go
and,
weird
and
fast.
then it's gonna become like a perv chicken battle.
And then we have to set up an OnlyFans, and that is a whole other revenue stream that we have not yet accessed. But if
It's
you would
true,
like
but
to access our regular revenue streams, hey, you
Oh.
can.
Can you?
Yes, just go to agonyauntstudios.com. That is where you can find all of the things in which we beg for your money. You can support us on Patreon. You can at Agony Aunt Studios. You can support us on Coffee at Agony Aunt Studios. You can send a one-time donation at agonyauntstudios@gmail.com. You can give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. That purple thing in your app phone, the little phone, you've got a button, it's purple, you don't know what it does, but if you give us 5 stars, hey, it helps us. Recommend us to a friend. You can present a blood sacrifice under a full moon. That won't help us, but we'll appreciate the thought.
And with that,
And with that, I mean, there's a new moon coming. We don't know what you do.
we don't want to judge.
Turn into a werewolf.
Maybe.
Carve the name of our podcast into the back of your next victim.
No,
I
please
don't
don't
know.
do that. Don't
Yes,
do that.
do that. Turn into a werewolf. Carve. Hashtag Clockwork Cabaret.
No, with the O removed work.
And if you want to follow us on Twitter, the O is removed in work. This does not work when you carve our Twitter handle into the back of a supple young virgin and a full moon and a bloodlust.
No, it's love. Can't even.
Back from that ad pivot.
And now I guess we're done. All right. I can't even.
I just feel like we're just trying to be an inclusive podcast. We are here for
Everyone.
cis folks. We're here for gender nonconforming folks. We're here for queer folks. We're here for the
Supernatural.
the supernatural folks. The
cryptids.
the cryptids. Cryptids are always welcome. You know I love me a Mothman.
We're here for the questionable behavior, folks.
Hey, are you a Baba Duke? We're a Baba fan. This is why we should not record this late.
No. And with that,
daylight savings time.
and with that, once again, let me just say, this has been the Clockwork Cabaret. She is Lady Attercop.
And she is Emmett Davenport.
And it's not work we do.
I mean, it's something like love.
Sirs, how many times have you gazed lovingly over the side of your airship only to have your favorite chapeau leap from your head into the void, lost forever? Many are the ways you could try to keep your hat attached: straps, belts, ribbons, penny nails, or the steady hands of a workman. These methods, good sirs, are simply outdated. Fly to your local apothecary and procure a gallon jar of Silas Buncombe's hat cement. You can't afford not to.